Arthur's castle was at a place called Camelot. The knights whom he gathered were the knights of the Round Table. Some of the most well-known knights were Sir Gawain, Sir Agravain, Sir Mordred, and Sir Lancelot. Arthur had a wife named Guinevere who was protected by one of his knights, Sir Lancelot. Guinevere and Sir Lancelot had an affair, which was reported by Sir Agravain to King Arthur. The king was furious and ordered Agravain to catch them, but Lancelot escaped and killed Agravain, while Guinevere was sentenced to death by being burnt. When fire almost reached Guinevere, Lancelot came and rescued her. It was total chaos. In his way to saving Guinevere, Lancelot killed Sir Gawain's brothers, Sir Gaheris and Gareth. He then escaped with Guinevere. The Pope later told Sir Lancelot to return Guinevere and Arthur to reconcile with the knight. Lancelot later withdrew to France. Sir Gawain, who would not forgive Lancelot for the killing of his brothers, refused to sign a peace treaty, convinced Arthur to invade Lancelot's land, leveling Guinevere in Sir Mordred's care. Gawain went forth to challenge Lancelot on a duel where he was wounded and recovered in 3 weeks and went on to challenge him again. Lancelot had wounded Gawain again but refused to kill him. Meanwhile, in England, Sir Mordred had tried dirty tricks to gain Arthur's throne, like marrying Queen Guinevere and sending false letters stating that Arthur had died. Guinevere, upon rejecting to marry Mordred, locked herself up in a tower. Gawain, on his dying moments, sent a letter to Lancelot to forgive him and to pray for his soul and to help Arthur with his battle against Mordred. Arthur, upon hearing of Mordred's treachery, returned to England to fight Mordred. They agreed to battle the following week. Arthur had dreamt that Gawain had told him that he would die if he did not change the battle to a month later. Arthur later sent Sir Bedivere and Lusant to offer Mordred some land so that he would agree to move to the battle to a month later. Upon arriving to the battlegrounds of one of Mordred's men, raised his sword in order to kill a snake, which had bitten a fellow knight. Upon doing so, one of Arthur's knights sensed this as a sign to start the battle. Arthur struck Mordred with a spear, but before dying, he struck Arthur with his sword, leaving Arthur mortally wounded. Before dying, Arthur made a request to Sir Bedivere to throw Excalibur to the lake and come back to tell him what he saw. Sir Bedivere agreed, but he did not do so. He did not do as Arthur told him to because Excalibur was way too precious. He came back the first time and said that when he threw it, nothing happened. Arthur, enraged, told him to go and throw the sword and come back. Bedivere came back and said he saw nothing. Arthur, with his limited strength, told him to do so again. Bedivere did so this time, and when he threw it in the lake, a hand came out and caught Excalibur. Bedivere went back to King Arthur, and Arthur was at peace now. His body was taken by 3 hooded women on a barge.